Chattering. That rapid jaw-clicking sound your cat makes while staring at a bird through the window is one of the most fascinating things about living with a cat. It looks almost like your cat is shivering from excitement, and honestly, that is not far off. Chattering happens when a cat spots prey they cannot reach, and researchers believe it is the hunting brain firing up with nowhere to go. Their jaw is mimicking the precise kill bite they would use in the wild to snap a small animal's neck. Some scientists also think cats might be copying the sounds of their prey, like birds or squirrels, to try to lure them closer. Wild margay cats in South America have actually been documented mimicking the calls of baby monkeys to attract adults. So your little tabby staring at pigeons from the window is doing something genuinely ancient and instinctive. Next time you hear it, watch the whole thing. The wide eyes, the forward whiskers, the completely still body. That is millions of years of evolution playing out on your windowsill. Purring. Most people think purring means a happy cat. And yes, a relaxed cat on your lap purring is almost certainly content. But here's what surprises a lot of cat owners. Cats also purr when they're scared, when they're in pain, and sometimes when they are very sick or even dying. Purring is actually a self-regulation tool, not just a happiness signal. It's how cats manage their own nervous system in stressful situations, the same way some people hum or breathe deeply when they're anxious. The really wild part is the frequency. A cat's purr vibrates between 25 and 150 hertz, which is the exact range that scientists use in therapy devices to stimulate bone healing and muscle repair. Cats evolved to spend long hours completely still, waiting to hunt. Purring during all that resting may have developed to keep their bones strong and their muscles from wasting. NASA has actually looked into using purr frequency vibration technology to help astronauts keep bone density on long space missions. To know if your cat is purring from happiness or stress, just look at the rest of their body. Soft eyes, loose posture, slow tail movements mean contentment. Tight body, flattened ears, tucked tail while purring means something is wrong and your cat is trying to hold it together. Trilling. This one melts hearts every single time. A trill is that sweet, rolling musical sound, somewhere between a purr and a meow, that cats make when they greet you or want your attention. It comes out in short little bursts with the mouth closed, and sounds like a tiny bird-like chirp wrapped in a hum. Here's the beautiful part. Mother cats use this exact sound to call their kittens to follow them. It's one of the first sounds a kitten learns to respond to. When your adult cat trills at you, they're using that same maternal call on you. You've been assigned the role of kitten in this relationship, and honestly, it's kind of the sweetest thing a cat can do. Trilling almost always means something positive. A greeting when you walk through the door, excitement about food being prepared, or just a friendly check-in while you're sitting nearby. If your cat trills and then walks purposefully towards something, follow them. They're probably trying to show you something they consider important. Meowing. Here is something that genuinely surprises people the first time they hear it. Adult cats almost never meow at other cats. Kittens meow at their mothers when they are hungry or cold, but once they grow up, that behavior between cats stops almost entirely. The meow, as we know it, that constant vocal conversation cats have with humans, is something domestic cats developed specifically because of us. They figured out that making sounds at humans produces results. Food appears, doors open, attention arrives. Over time, cats have refined their meow vocabulary based on what works in each individual household. Short, soft meows are requests. Long, drawn-out meows are stronger demands. Rapid, repeated meows mean urgency. And that almost human-sounding meow some cats have, that is a cat who has spent years fine-tuning their delivery for maximum effect on a specific person. Research has shown that cats who grow up with more human contact develop more varied and complex vocal repertoires than cats raised with less interaction. Your cat did not just learn to talk, they learned to talk to you specifically. Hissing. Hissing looks aggressive, but it is almost always fear. A cat that hisses is a cat that feels trapped, overwhelmed, or threatened, and has no comfortable way to escape. It's the last clear warning before a cat feels forced to defend themselves physically. The sound itself is produced by a sharp exhale through a slightly open mouth, and cats often hold their whole body in a specific way when they hiss. Arched back, puffed fur, flattened ears, weight shifted to the back legs. Every part of that posture is designed to make the cat look bigger and more dangerous than they feel. A cat that hisses at the vet is not a bad cat. A cat that hisses when a child grabs them too fast is not an aggressive cat. They are communicating as clearly as they possibly can that they need more space and less pressure right now. The right response is always to back off, reduce the perceived threat, and give the cat a moment to feel safe again. Never try to push through a hiss. That is how scratches happen. Chirping. Chirping is that quick, bright staccato sound your cat makes when they are watching something exciting through the window, usually a bird or a squirrel moving around outside. It's shorter and crisper than a full meow, more like a series of tiny exclamations. Scientists document at least 21 distinct feline vocalizations, and chirping is one of the more interesting ones because it seems to serve a few different purposes at once. In a hunting context, it's a prey-directed sound, excitement and drive with nowhere to go. In a social context, between cats and their owners, it's more of a friendly attention getter, a cat equivalent of tapping you on the shoulder. Mother cats chirp to get their kittens to pay attention and follow them, and some adult cats carry this behavior into their relationship with their humans. If your cat chirps at you while you're busy and then looks pointedly at their food bowl or the window, they have made themselves very clear. Yowling. A yowl is long, drawn out, and impossible to ignore. Louder than a meow, lower in pitch, it sounds like something between a moan and a wail. Unlike most cat sounds directed at humans, cats also yowl at each other, especially during mating season. But yowling outside of that context is almost always a signal that something is wrong. Cats in pain yowl. Cats who feel disoriented or scared yowl. Senior cats with cognitive decline or hyperthyroidism often start yowling at night with no obvious trigger because they feel confused about where they are. A cat who was quiet for years and suddenly starts yowling regularly, especially at night, is not just being dramatic. They are telling you something has changed in how they feel, and that almost always deserves a vet visit sooner than later. Caterwauling. This is the sound that gets people calling animal control at midnight. A caterwaul is a loud, wailing, almost operatic sound produced almost exclusively by female cats in heat or unneutered males responding to them. It is not distress. It is biology at full volume. An unspayed female in heat can produce this sound repeatedly for days, and it carries surprisingly far. Spaying or neutering eliminates caterwauling in the vast majority of cats, which is one of the most immediate quality of life improvements for the cat and every neighbor within a 2-block radius. If an already spayed or neutered cat starts producing this sound, that is worth investigating with your vet, because sudden vocalization of this kind without a reproductive reason may point to pain or a medical issue that needs attention. Growling. A growl is a low, sustained rumble from the chest and throat, and it means the situation has gone past the point of a simple warning. Hissing says back off. Growling says I am actively preparing to defend myself right now. A cat that growls at strangers or new animals in the home is setting a clear territorial boundary. A cat that growls when you pick them up in a spot where they previously loved being held is telling you something completely different. Chronic pain, dental disease, arthritis, and internal discomfort can all turn a previously relaxed cat into one that growls when touched in a specific area of their body. If a cat's growling behavior changes suddenly without an obvious environmental reason, the first conversation should be with a vet. Pain changes personalities, and cats are very good at hiding how much they hurt until they simply cannot hide it anymore.